Conklin and Company with 13 ABC Action News anchor Lee Conklin. First with what's happening behind the headlines. And Take 3, our panel of political analysts.
Morning, everybody. Welcome into another edition of Conklin and Company. Today on the program, we're talking about our water, checking in with our Washington Bureau on frustration in terms of communicating with the EPA on a request for a national safe water standard. We'll talk with our Lauren Adams a little bit later in Take 3. Also, the human trafficking fight right here in Northwest Ohio. But first, wander the Warehouse District, a downtown Toledo renaissance of sorts, still in progress, still going, a lot of momentum. And here to talk about that event, which is going on later today. Actually, it starts in less than an hour from right now. Wander the Warehouse District in downtown Toledo, Diane Kyle Hipp, and with Bridget Donovan. Bridget on the board, Diane Kyle Hipp, the president of the Warehouse District Association. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
You brought props today.
These are my cheat sheets, right?
That's when we talk about the warehouse. I mean, we really have seen a renaissance of sorts. People moving downtown, businesses relocating downtown, and restaurants really, I think, have enjoyed a boom for the last 5 to 10 years. Diane, are we there?
Well, we're never there because there's always room for growth. But this year was really a very big year for the Warehouse District because it was actually the culmination of a lot of years of hard work coming together. We had a press conference the end of May celebrating National Historic Month because our buildings are historic. And what's neat about the Warehouse District is that people say, I can't get that in new construction, and I want to come downtown and I want a different feel, whether it's my office, my restaurant, or my home.
It is three-pronged, no question. And you have that on your website. It's really a tremendous website, and we urge you to go to it. There's pretty much everything you need. If you're looking to find a place to live, a place to enjoy dinner, lunch, breakfast, what have you, and put stakes down as far as a business is concerned. Bridget, what brought you on board, to be on board, if you will?
Well, working at Knight Insurance and working with Diane, who's the president, she kind of slowly brought me along. And I love being downtown. You along? Well, no, she didn't drag me. And I really love the area. I just recently moved downtown in the Warehouse District myself. So I love being a part of it, and any way I can help promote, I will.
First thing I noticed is that you had a HGTV House Hunters profile. That there was a show. Was it this past summer in the spring?
Yes.
We can talk about another network. That's fine here. I think everybody's familiar with House Hunters, but it was a couple kind of going back and forth. Go to the suburbs or head downtown.
Right, right. Why don't you speak on that?
Well, a younger couple, and they were kind of going back and forth between the suburbs and more urban living, and they ended up deciding to go the urban way just because of the architecture and it's everything going on downtown really draw them in.
And from a real estate standpoint, where were we, Diane, 10 years ago? Folks living downtown, where are we now?
Well, we give the statistic back when the association was first born in the late 90s, there were 7 people living downtown.
Incredible.
7. And now we have about 700 living downtown. And the Warehouse District is a huge hub for that. The Stand Art Loft building, which is going to be on our tour this Sunday. Right, one of the locations. 7-story building, 70-some apartments. They sold out within a couple months of being open. And that has spurred that same development company to be working on the Burdan building, to put 120 units in that building. So the demand is really unbelievable. It's been remarkable for everyone involved.
That's fantastic. Let's talk about the Warehouse District and where it is, because I think that folks have questions. Does it end somewhere? Where are the boundaries of the Warehouse District?
We do have defined boundaries because we are an association with an overlay district, which is some technical terminology, but our boundaries end at Monroe Street. That's our northern boundary. And then we go to the river. We go basically to just past the Oliver House, right at the high-level bridge.
Heading south.
Yep.
Right.
And then we butt up to Uptown. So 10th Street is our western border.
And so within this district, you have a lot going on
Yeah,
here.
I mean, it's really only 44 blocks. Yeah. So within that district, we have the Mud Hens, we have the farmers market, we have tons of restaurants. We have an art scene going on that hundreds and hundreds of people flock to the art shows on Thursdays.
Coincidentally, the art show is part of Wander the Warehouse District. So,
we are having an art show.
Let's run down everything going on today as this program airs.
Sure. We have 6 locations on tour. You want to go over those?
We have the old Easy Street, which is going to be the Lorenzen Townhome, is going to be open. St. Clair Village will be open. 100 South Huron, and what else do we have? River West is also on there. And then we also have the Toledo Zoo that's coming out.
There's going to be
animals. Yes, we don't know what the animals are.
Well, that's good. It'll be a surprise.
It'll be a surprise. Like I said, the art show, there'll be live music. So lots of different things.
And a tour of the Mud Hens locker room.
Yes.
Huh? It's probably better. The players are done now, right?
Yes.
I
think it's all cleaned out.
How did that come to be? Because I know obviously Fifth Third Field is part of the Warehouse District, but
right, and that's really how it came to be. Because what could they show on a tour like Wander? And the locker rooms gives people an inside look that you can't get into any other time. And that's kind of the point of Wander, is letting people get inside these buildings that you maybe drive by every day on your way to work and you have no idea what it looks like inside. And that's what we hear most when people come to the event, is when they come out of that building, they're like, I had no idea. It looks like I'm in Chicago or New York, because it's that loft feel and some eclectic decorating, and it's just very cool stuff.
And the river comes into play, and the views and everything else, right?
Yeah. It's a fabulous place to be.
You're asking for $10, right?
$10 a ticket. It's noon to 4. And people can wander at their own pace. That's why we call it Wander. There's no organized times. You can start anywhere you want. And at the end, we have Oktoberfest at the Oliver House.
3 o'clock?
So that starts from 3 till 10, and they have a hog roast. They have Polka Floyd. Lots of cool things going on there, too.
Fantastic. Congratulations.
Yes, well, thank you.
10th year for Wander the Warehouse?
10th year for us, yeah.
Okay, and from 7 to 700.
That's right.
Folks who have made the Warehouse District their home, and I imagine it's going to grow exponentially from here on in, too.
I think so. Thank you very much, Lee.
You bet. Diane Kyle-Hipp, Bridget Donovan from the Toledo Warehouse District Association. And we hope to see a lot of folks out there later on today. When we come back on Conklin and Company, let's cook up some kielbasa. We'll explain what that's all about right after this.